So, we got a surprise announcement yesterday. It very much took me by surprise that the F1 race director, Niels Wittich, had resigned from his post with immediate effect from the FIA. So for those that don't know, the race director, it's what the position that Charlie Whiting used to have back in the day before he passed away, God bless his soul. It's basically the role that controls the race. So, you know, the person who sends out like red flags, the person who starts the race, just things like that basically, is the director. It's the person who directs what's going on in the race. And this all seemed a bit strange, and it only got even stranger when the man himself came out and said that he didn't resign. So the FIA again are in a bit of turmoil here. So let's have a look at what's happened. I saw this article first from RacingNews365.com, to shout out to Ian Parks for covering this story. But yeah, it very much seems as though Wittich he didn't resign. He might have been sacked. But let's have a look at what's happened here. So, Niels Wittich has startlingly contradicted the FIA within hours of motorsport's governing body, stating that he had resigned from his post as F1 race director. The FIA said that Wittich was moving on to pursue new goals, and with immediate effect, he would be replaced by Rui Marquez, who has been stepped up from his role as race director of Formula 2 and Formula 3. The FIA noted that Wittich, who stepped into the role following the axing of Michael Massey after the controversial ending to the 2021 campaign, had fulfilled his responsibilities as race director with great professionalism and dedication. The organisation naturally thanked him for his commitment and wished him all the best for the future. However, Wittich has not departed on good terms. Contacted by Motorsport magazine, Wittich succinctly said, "I have not resigned." The publication reports that Wittich was told just before the announcement that he was being fired. What is known is that the FIA has moved swiftly, as staff were not informed of the impeding initial statement until shortly before its release. The move is certainly contentious, as there are just 3 Grand Prix remaining in the season in Las Vegas, Qatar and Abu Dhabi, with the latter bringing the curtain down on the campaign in less than 4 weeks' time on the 8th of December. There have been suggestions of friction between Wittich and FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem. Of course MBS is involved in this. And that the former was due to leave at the end of the season anyway. If Wittich was fired, it seemed as though the FIA decided to give him a push before he jumped. Now that is all the story there on Racing 365. So yeah, it's odd. It's really, really weird. We don't know what's happened. We don't know what's been said. We don't know what's happened between the two of them. But, you know, if you just take it in isolation, the fact that he has resigned officially with a few races to go is really odd. He was going to leave at the end of the season anyway. You would leave at the end of the season ideally, unless something really bad has happened. You know, we did have a very eventful race in Brazil the other week, and we had things like the qualifying being suspended until Sunday. We had 5 red flags in qualifying when it did get underway. We had a very eventful sprint race. We had a very eventful Grand Prix race. There was a red flag in that. There were safety cars in that. So maybe, I'm just speculating, but maybe there was some sort of disagreement between MBS and Wittich. And MBS is someone that we have covered extensively on this channel. His feud with Lewis Hamilton, his alleged controversies about changing the results and interfering in the results of races, trying to get the Las Vegas Grand Prix discontinued to stop it happening last season, allegedly. He has been cleared of these charges, these allegations now, I believe, but I must admit I'm very skeptical about this stuff. There's no smoke without fire when it comes to stuff like this, and it does seem as though, MBS, if anybody's seen him at the FIA prize-giving gala that they had a couple seasons ago, the guy was drunk as a skunk during that, and he's not the most level-headed and kind of, a reasonable person. I'm struggling to find the words here about outright swearing or insulting the guy. And let's not even talk about the swearing in a Formula 1, because that's an old other thing. So the guy is very much on, I would say he's on thin ice, but he's not in a sense. His position's safe. He's going to probably run unopposed to be the FIA president again. I'm not going to go into a full-scale tirade about the guy, but, criticise them all you want. But Jean Todt, Max Mosley as well, the previous FIA presidents, for the most part, unless they absolutely had to. And someone said this the other day, and I can't remember who it was, another Formula 1 YouTuber, but I imagine other people have said it as well. I can't remember who actually said it, so I apologise to whoever it was. But they basically said, those guys, for the most part, unless they absolutely had to kind of stick their noses in stuff, they were seen but not heard. They were there, people knew they were there, but they only got involved when they absolutely had to. Ben Sulayem seems hell-bent on making as much controversy as possible, and trying to make he's making controversies out of things that shouldn't be controversies. The jewellery, the underwear, the swearing, for 3 examples. His conduct during the FIA prize-giving gala, his alleged involvement in what could be construed as race fixing. Saudi Arabia 23. Look at that up if you don't believe me. Wrote an article on it at the time when all this kind of surfaced. It's really bad, and it's just getting worse, and it would not surprise me at all if he's had a disagreement with Ben Sulayem. Ben Sulayem's suggested something to him, oh, you do this, do that, we want to see you try this, and Wittich has just been like, no mate, that's stupid, we're not going to do that. And then he's just like, right, get out, you're sacked. That's what it kind of reeks of to me. The timing is very odd. This is not something that is a planned and controlled succession. This is something that has just sort of happened. And yeah, I'm glad someone's able to step up from F2 and F3 to replace him, but it really stings. It really stings, this, guys. But let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. What do you think has happened here between Wittich and the FA, specifically MBS as well? Because I think he is, of course, at the centre of this as our wonderful president, our glorious leader. But yeah, see you soon, guys, for some more F1 news on, hopefully more settled and sane topics than this, but we'll see what happens. You never can predict motorsport. People say that Formula 1's boring. It's not. It's absolutely unpredictable. On track, off track, it's absolutely crazy at the moment. So yeah, we'll see you soon for some more F1 content here on the F1Chronicle.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll see you soon. Have a good one.